Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? What a wonderful opportunity that we have today to jump into playoff football, rival football, a changing of the times football, in which you have the 49ers. Let's just be real. Complete badasses. 10-game win streak. You get to 100% kind of dethrone your rival that's had a lot of success against you in the past, in the recent past. We'll dive into all the numbers, but before you walk away today, we are going to get you prepared for this playoff matchup to know the ins and outs. I know we all know Seattle. We're going to learn even more about Seattle offense, defensive-wise, and probably more importantly than that, exactly where Kyle Shanahan's going to attack, exactly where DeMeco Ryans is going to attack, and where the 49ers are going to win this game. A lot of times whenever I do these, okay, I kind of, whatever, try to look at it and, let's be reasonable. This is not a reasonable matchup. It's not. The 49ers, top to bottom, have the better roster. I get Pete Carroll. The 49ers coaching staff has been badass this year, right? You look at Shanahan, he's up for coach of the year. DeMeco Ryans has been requested to interview for every single head coaching opening that exists. Oh, I don't care, man. And look, let's just be real, okay? It's playoff football, 10 straight wins in a row, and there are still people doubting this roster? Oh, keep doubting, baby. Keep it coming. I'm one of those people, a lot of people will tag me in posts and be like, man, did you see what Colin Cowherd's moron self said or somebody else? And I don't know. Those things don't bother me. I chuckle. Usually that's my go-to response for everything. You ask my wife, we get an argument. I just kind of, I'm like the doctor on The Simpsons. I don't know when I'm supposed to laugh. I just laugh at everything. And so, I'm with you, Steven, right here. I hate the media. I want to get this week over, stressing over it. All I'm going to say, man, enjoy this. This is why we're fans. And I get it. It's stressful. You get anxiety. Win or go home, right? It's the best that exists in sports, and we are in the midst of it, my friends. Love you guys. Al, what's up, man? He says, John, can I shake your hand if I make it to Saturday? You sure as hell better. That's all I got to say. If you come out, I always get people after every game I go to. I think this is 13th game of the year, which I'm so pumped about this game. But I always get people that message me afterwards. I get people that text me a picture of they saw me, but they didn't come up and say hi. And they'll text me and they'll message me on Twitter or wherever. My DMs are always open. Hey, I saw you late game, but you were busy or whatever. Man, just come say hi. We don't have to make it a whole big deal. We can. Well, I'm totally down. If you want to be besties, we'll be besties. But if you just want to come by and just say, hey, John, listen to the show, just want to say hi, that's cool. Please, I want to make that personal interaction. We're always across this medium that is, I don't know, YouTube, video, audio, wherever you're listening, the personal connection, there's just something about it that is so important to me. It really, really is, especially in our society and how everybody lives on these things. So whatever, we get to be together, and that's why I put such a big emphasis on getting people together with the road trips and stuff. Please come shake my hand, man. Please. Nothing would make me happier. Jack, my man. What's up, man? You Kansas City crazy person. He says, Ray. Oh, whoa. Here we go. Again. Good gosh, he went off. Well, thank you for the gift, Jack. He says, all right, Ray Charles died in 2004, but he called from the grave to tell me that even he could see Demo as a liability. I say erroneous, my friend Jack. Erroneous. We went through every single play defensively last week against the Cardinals and the week before against the Raiders. And guess what? Actually played really good. Now, I get it. There are those plays. And again, you want to talk about the AJ Green thing? That's offensive pass interference. He gave up 0 separation, played his key perfectly, just got pushed to create separation, and still got both hands on the ball. I'm telling you right now, man, I'm a Demo believer. Now, is he great? Is he as good as Emmanuel Mosley? I don't think so. But, man, you talk about what he does in the run game. You talk about the tackles in the open field. And I'm sorry, he has played very, very well. I don't think he's played bad. He's given up 1 touchdown all year. Now, I think a big reason why a lot of people focus on Demo so much is because, one, the defense is the best ever in 49ers history. I believe that. Statistically, it bears true. Never in the history of this franchise have we had the number 1 scoring defense and number 1 yardage defense ever in the same year. It's the first time it's ever happened since the 49ers have been around. So when you're that good, you got to find weaknesses. I get it. There's been Hufanga mishaps on the back end for sure, right? Charvarius Ward's a freaking beast. Dude should be an all-pro. And so Demo has not – is he a top 20 corner? No. Is he a top 30 corner? I don't think so. You know, there's 64 starting corners in the NFL. I think he's in that 30 to 40 range. And on top of that, it's not his position. Wayne and I argued about this a little bit earlier this week. I think Demo should be a slot guy, but we don't have another guy to put out there. Samuel Womack, he's got some time. We'll see what happens there. But I like Demo. I'm all right with it. I like him more than most, I would say. Big Poppy says, I loved you putting receipts up so Breezy couldn't claim that Demo messed up the pass to Green. Hey, man, you got to, man. You got to charge him up. You got to go. It's healthy conversation and discourse. And Jack is the freaking man. And right here, Mahomes would target him 15 times for 21 points. It won't be pretty. I do. Now, Mahomes might do that to everybody. If you go back to the Chiefs game, Mahomes took advantage of 2 different players, Jimmy Ward and Charvarius Ward. And that wasn't pretty. They were both coming off injury. We were down several starters that game. I get it. But Mahomes is the MVP of this league. I think it's him or Nick Bosa personally. But I love it. I love it. And, you know, it's easy. You know, Nick, he says, can't even think about how much better we'd be with Mosley. But listen to this. The 49ers are only down 2 opening day starters. That is it. Trey Lance, and Emmanuel Mosley. That's it. Everybody else, we got 22 starters, right? 11 and 11. I think my math checks out. Down 2, you got 20. Can't say that for the Seattle Seahawks. Good gosh. Seattle Seahawks, I'm going to go to their IR, okay? Let's go through the Seattle Seahawks, for example, okay? Jamal Adams, that's 1. Marquise Blair, that's 2. Jordan Brooks, that's 3. Will Disley, that's 4. Dwayne Eskridge isn't. Marquise Goodwin isn't. Yeah, Marquise Goodwin doesn't get a play. Travis Homer, he kind of turned into that. Josh Jones, yeah, I don't know about him either. But let's see. Rashad Penny, that's 5. Let's see here. Alton Robinson, that's 6. Cody Tomlinson, not really. So they're down 6 starters. Right? We're down 2. I mean, that's 3 times greater. Not exponentially. I used the wrong math word. Don't fight me on that one, guys. Now I am flying solo right now. So make sure you tag me in the post. I want to get to all your questions and comments. And yeah, Big Papa said Marquise Goodwin was an integral part of their team last time. He is. If you beat the 49ers, I've been screaming this. You got to beat him with speed deep in the corners. Now, Seattle wide receivers are still pretty damn good. They just don't throw the ball deep. That's not really what there is. And I love Marquise Goodwin. He's one of my favorite human beings on this planet. Longhorn was with the 49ers. His story is incredible, amazing human. Led the 49ers in receiving one year. I think it was Shanahan's first year. But he's been over there. It's what it is. What's up, Jorn? He says, John, I'm starting to feel some playoff nerves with underdog gum chewer coming in town to the rain. Reassure me. Listen to me very carefully. Very carefully. And if you do not have, look, okay, this is simple. If you missed our last episode, we had Seahawks legend All-Pro, multiple Pro Bowls. Lofa Tatupu on the show last time. Go listen to him. He covers the Seahawks. He played for the Seahawks. He's Seahawks guy. And I asked him, what needs to happen for the Seahawks to win this game? Here's what he said. Play perfect. That's what he said. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. And again, a lot of times I try to okay, we're going to just present offense, defense, all those things. Then we'll kind of show our hand at the end. Hell no. Playoffs. Niners are winning this damn thing and by a considerable margin. And I don't care. If I'm wrong, so be it. So be it. I've picked against the Niners once this year. Only once. That was against the Chiefs. Every other time I picked them. And there have been 4 games that I was like, we are going to absolutely crush these guys. Okay? 4 times this season that I've been, oh yeah, it's on. Okay? It was, what's it called? The Charlotte game, both Cardinals games, and the Los Angeles game. That's it. Those are the only 4 where I was like, we're kicking their tail. Well, guess what? Boom, 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 boom. This is 5. And so you could argue I've been wrong in underselling the 49ers, even though I picked them to win every single time except for the Chiefs. But I'll tell you right now, man, this matchup is bad for the Seahawks. It's bad. Now let's dive into it. We got a lot of stuff on here, okay? The 49ers are built for playoff football. There's no doubt about it. Here's what determines if you're good in the playoffs. Strong defense, strong run game, more physical team. You look at these rosters up and down, it's not even close. It's not even close. Niners head and shoulders above in all 3 areas. Defense, yeah. Run game, you betcha. More physical, Dre Greenlaw might say a word. Hufunga might say a word. Trent Williams might say something. What's up, Debo? You're back. George Kittle. Oh, we got a fullback. Elijah Mitchell's playing. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? All right. Daryl, thank you for the super chat, my friend. You are awesome. Appreciate all your support. It says, why is no one talking about Geno's first playoff? Yeah, thank you. If you look at snap-wise, guess what? I think my boy Ricky pointed this out on social media. Yeah, Brock Purdy has taken the exact same amount of playoff snaps as Geno Smith. The only difference is he's 10 years younger. Geno's 32, about to be 33, and Brock is 23 years old. So they got here different ways, and I'm not trying to take away from Geno there, but this is his first playoff game too. And he does not have the benefit of playing behind our offensive line. I know a lot of people want to talk about how great the Seattle Seahawks offensive tackles, the rookies that they drafted on both sides have been. And you're right, they have been great. But as this season keeps going, guess who's getting worse and worse and worse? Yeah. Hey, you can show up for, a month or two. Welcome to the NFL. It's a lot longer. It's a lot longer. Now, let's look at just a couple things. Let's be honest. And I have to give credit to Coach Cruz. Dude is just the man. He is absolutely incredible. He is responsible for a lot of the research and producing this show, our prediction show that we do in our scouting report. So he crushed it. Seahawks only scored 1 offensive touchdown against the 49ers in 8 quarters. One. The other touchdown came on a block kick way back in week 2. Now, they snuck into the playoffs, Seattle did, with an overtime win against the Rams and all their backups. I mean, they literally went to overtime with the Rams. And the Rams are as bad as they can be right now. And so if the Lions didn't beat the Packers, they wouldn't be here. They're just lucky to be invited. You know what I'm saying? So the one thing that I can say is they're playing with house money. Hey, nobody expects us to win. We got to do what we got to do. We'll see. Now, listen to those 2 games. Let's go through a couple things. The 49ers in the 2 matchups this year with Seattle Seahawks. The 49ers ran the ball 79 times for 359 yards. That's a lot. Seattle only ran the ball 14 times in each of the first 2 matchups. So Seattle ran 28 times for 106. 49ers ran 79 for 359. Geno Smith has been sacked 46 times this season. 46. That's a lot. Third most in the NFL. And excuse me, he is also the most sacked quarterback on third down this year. I'm just saying. But hold on. Let's hear from Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, we're excited. We're excited. I think last week, was it last week? We handled our business, so we got to move up. Or 2 weeks ago, we got to move up to the 2. This week, we thought we had a chance, depending on what went on, wherever they played at, Philly or New York. That didn't go our way, but we still had to handle our own business. And we're excited to be able to have 2 home games here. The crowd, even like today, they showed up. They showed out today, even though we got out to a slow start. But just seeing all the red being at home, we're excited to be able to start the playoffs off here.
And so, like, another thing, too, that's like the 49ers get to stay home. It's been rainy. They've been practicing the rain. It's probably going to be raining. Don't care. They get to chill, right? Now, let's look at the Seahawks. And I don't want to go through their whole year. They're 9-8. They're a middle-of-the-road team. 14 teams out of 32 get in the playoffs. That's where Seattle fits, right? And so, like, listen to, they've only won 3 of their last 8 games, okay? 3 of their last 8 games. They beat the Rams by 4 with John Wolford, okay? They beat the Jets by 17 with Mike White. Then they beat the Rams by 3 in overtime just last week with Baker Mayfield. Like, they lost to the Panthers by 6, the Raiders by 6, Bucks by 5. I don't know, man. We beat all those teams, right? Considerably. Now, I don't like doing the whole game, oh, we beat them, they beat this team, therefore whatever. But if you do play that game, it's not even close. And so they've won 3 out of 8 against the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. We've won 10 in a row. But let's listen to the man, George Kittle, talk about what that means now.
I mean, in my opinion, the 10-game winning streak, that's awesome. It's really fun. It means nothing now at this point. It got us a position of securing a 2 seed, so we get to play at home for 2 weeks. I mean, obviously we got to win the first one, and we'll figure out who we're playing. But, all that matters now, everything's a little bit more amplified. Hopefully guys are 100% focused on just football. Extracurricular activities are kind of just pushed to the side, whether it's, friends, family, whatever it is. If you want to go to restaurants and stuff, how about we just hunker down and, focus on, these next, 4 or 5 weeks, whatever it is. And I think that, I think Fred kind of touched on that too. It's just, we just got to dial it in and just appreciate this moment that we're in because, I went 0-9. We finished kind of strong. Didn't make the playoffs. Went 4-12 my second year. Had a Super Bowl run. Didn't win. 2020, we thought we were great. Had so many injuries. We couldn't win a game. It's the playoffs. 2021, won a bunch to get in late, and then we didn't make it there. But just like this opportunity that we're in is crazy. We have home field advantage for 2 games, so we better take advantage of it because we've set ourselves up for success, and now we just got to go execute.
That's the way you handle it. That's the way it should be handled, right? Look, that's awesome what we've done. Doesn't mean anything now. If you're in, you're in. Every single team at the start of the year, number 1 goal, win your division. Number 2, get into the playoffs. Then try to make something happen. And so the 49ers have handled their stuff. We'll see. Captain Insano, who shows no mercy, he says, "Sup, John? You see our opponents next year, playoff teams galore. Lots will change, obviously. Yeah, that's the way the NFL works. You finish number 1 in your division, you play number 1 teams in other teams' division, but stuff changes all the time. So, for example, like the Bucks are on that schedule, but Tom Brady's going bye-bye. We'll see what happens there. A lot of teams, we'll just have to see, but that's all right. The 49ers are the best. They should play the best. And so, yeah, it's the way it goes. But again, right now, you got to stay here. You got to stay here. Nick, he says, did you see Micah Parsons acting salty with people for picking Bosa's Defensive Player of the Year? I saw that he was left off of the Micah Parsons we're talking about here. That Parsons was left off of the NFLPA All-Pro list, the first ever that they've done. And I kind of like what he said. He basically said, screw that list. I'm focusing on playoffs. But then he ended it with, what's it called? Congrats to everyone that made it. They deserve it, whatever. But I get it. I'm not a Micah Parsons fan. Whenever I do my draft research, I got a couple people that I know in that area. Not good things. I'm not a Micah Parsons fan by any stretch off the field. Is he great on the field? Yes. Does he fit the 49ers? No, absolutely not. He's a great player. Is he Nick Bosa? He ain't yet. Maybe he will be. But, yeah, he should be pissed. I get it. I like playing with pride. I get that. But, yeah, he's trash. Bosa's winning it. That's all I got to say. Thank you, Niner in Boston. What's up, man? East Coast. New England clam chowder in the house. I freaking love it. And, yeah, Big Papa. There you go. Character counts. That's what I want. That's what I want. So let's look at just this team, the Seahawks. 25th in points allowed. Not good out 32 teams. They're giving up 23.6 points per game. That's not good. 9th in points scored, 23.9. And you can see it in the point differential. They're up like +6. Like, that's it. Like, they give up 23.6. They score 23.9. The games they win are going to be close, and Pete Carroll's just going to not lose a game. That's what he does. Good special teams. Don't turn the ball over. Just, hey, death by 1,000 cuts. Let the other team give it away. The problem is you're playing a team this week, talking for Seattle, you're playing the 49ers who have the best turnover differential in the NFL. Number 1. The best. Now, PFF rankings, Seahawks, overall, they're 12th. Offense, 14th. Defense, 22nd. Special teams, 15th. Middle of the road. Mid. Average. Right? Plain Jane. Sorry if your name's Jane. Doesn't mean that you're plain. Just means the Seattle Seahawks are. Right? I'm sorry for all the Janes out there. I'm going to get an email. All right. San Francisco, here's what the email is going to say. John, just want to let you know, my wife or my daughter is named Jane. You probably shouldn't have said that, and I will apologize. And I don't have anybody in my family named Jane. That would get me off the hook, right? If I was like, oh, I have a daughter or a niece that's named Jane. Sorry. Anyway, it's what it is. Sorry. Any Janes out there? Let's get a thing. Now, the 49ers on Pro Football Focus. Here we go. Overall, 2nd. Offense, 4th. Defense, 2nd. Special teams, 22nd. And special teams has always kind of been the thing for the 49ers versus Seahawks. But, again, 49ers special teams has been coming on now. Now, I just loaded the special teams breakdown from last week this morning on patreon.com. Whew. It's good. It's good. Tape was great. It was fun watching that. You know what I'm saying? And so I freaking love it. I freaking love it. We got royalty in the house. What is up, Vicky? If you guys have not had the opportunity, she doesn't usually turn in live, so I want to just take a second. She is the lifeblood of our road trip. This woman is absolutely incredible. She comes to every single game, not just road trip. She goes to way more games than I do. She is kind of the face of everything that we do, and just want to say thank you to her. She is just an absolute amazing human being, almost a little sister. She's just great, man. She is absolutely great. And if you want a chance, guess what? We're getting together this weekend. Weather be damned. It is going to be epic. How many teams get to host playoff freaking home games? Not many. That's the Lions. It's been a minute. And so we are going to be live bright and early, man. Blue lot number 1 in the southeast corner, right underneath the old dead pine tree that stands alone. And again, if you want to see, it's the southeast corner of the blue lot number 1 to the closer to the stadium side. Look for the 49ers Rush flags, but I do have to be honest. So a couple things. Shout out to Marquise and his family. If you came out to the Miami game, our very first, Santa Clara tailgate that we did, he and his girl, they were like the chefs. They took care of everything. They're having some issues, health issues, and so they're not going to be able to make it out this time. So we just want to send up our thoughts and prayers to them. But having said that, I sent like the flagpole and all that stuff out there because I'm flying in, and they can't make it to the game. So my giant flagpole is not going to be ready. I'm going to Home Depot as soon as I land to try to get that, but we're still a go. Shout out to Sam and his dad, Will. They're going to be grilling for us. We've got everything set up, good to go. Head to 49ersrushroadtrip.com to get your tickets. Come join us. We're going to be out there, rain or shine, baby. We're going to be giving away stuff. We're going to be doing trivia. We're going to be doing hangouts. It's going to be incredible. Party before and after. You know it, baby. It's what we do. A little rain ain't going to hurt nobody. Even in Chicago, we were out there having a good time. Jay, thank you for the gift, man. He says, any concerns about the rain and sloppy field conditions? Yeah, it's going to stink. I don't like that. But guess what? Rain helps the team with the better run game. Who was that? 49ers. Rain helps the team with the better defense. Who is that? 49ers. Rain hurts the team with a deep passing attack. Neither one of these teams does that really attribute much to, but back to what I said to start this game. Guess what? If you're going to beat the 49ers defense, you got to throw it deep outside the numbers. The rain and the wind, let's be real, will make that even less likely. So, not to mention, teams running against the 49ers have no success ever. Kinlaw's back. Armstead's back. Kevin Givens is back. We got him back. Oh, I'm so pumped about this. I really am. Now, the wind's going to be an issue. And, the term is, well, weather can be the great equalizer. All right, that's cool. But again, go through what I just said. We are a run, physical, dominating defensive team. That plays into our hands. 49ers have been practicing in the rain all week. Plays into our hands. You say, well, Seattle's used to it up there. They practice indoors. I don't know. I'm not too concerned about the weather. That's just me. It's football weather. Jorn, thank you, my friend. I'll be at the game. See you at the tailgate. That's what I'm talking about, Jorn, coming through in the clutch. That's what's up. I'm loving all the happy Vicky stuff in here. I love this. She says, what's up, faithful? Love you, 49ers Rush Road. Ah, freaking awesome. So cool. Great people. I'm excited to see you, girl. Daryl, thank you, man. He says, JC holding us down. I'll be in Connecticut cheering. We need to hear you, man. We need to hear you. Now, Nick. Oh, what's up, Nick? Dude, we got to hang out with Nick whenever we were at the Miami game last time, which was so cool. It was an absolute blast getting to know you, man. And yeah, if the 49ers are playing in London next year, you best believe we'll be there. You best believe we'll be there. Mexico was unworldly. That was a really cool experience. We'll be there because 49ers are playing the Jags in Jacksonville. I doubt that we get the London game, but I hope we do because the Niners got allowed travel next year. I hope we get it, but I doubt we do. But if we do, I'll be there in a second. Let's see here. Nick, he says, do you expect Debo to get more involved in the offense? It seems like CMC got there. He hasn't taken a step back. Well, you had him come in, CMC, and then you had the switch from Jimmy to Debo, and then the next week, Debo got hurt. So you really haven't seen a whole lot of Debo Purdy besides that first game in Miami. But if you go back to that first game in Miami, Debo led the team in targets, right? So, yes, I do fully expect, especially in the second half. That's one of my big predictions. I think in the second half, they are going to turn it on and go hardcore. Brock Purdy season. Thank you for the gift, man. He said, just got my tickets to the game. Gonna take the train from Sacramento. Where in the blue lot will you be? Right here. Southeast corner. Underneath the old dead pine tree. Again, here's a Google map from it. All that stuff. You can kind of screenshot it. Southeast corner. We'll have the flags up. You'll hear me laughing probably and making fun of myself. That's kind of my go-to. And just any place where we're handing out beer and food and all that kind of stuff, man. Jay, thank you. He says, before I forget, happy 2023. Appreciate your hard work. Thank you, man. Today was rough. I was supposed to go live earlier, but with the change up and tailgating and cooks and all that stuff, it's been on the phone nonstop today and running around. I think I mailed out 11 autographed jerseys from our live show and Patreon and all of our best ball fantasy football winners, which was a lot of fun. Ooh, Niners Nation, I like this. He says, John predicting 2 batted passes from Drake Jackson and a strip sack from Jordan Willis. Man, I will say this. With all these players coming back, I would not be shocked if Drake Jackson does not suit up, but I hope he is out there. I hope he is. Jordan Willis, man, I love it. Absolutely love it. It's gonna be a blast, man. Maria, excited for Saturday. I'll bring another bottle of Patron. Maria, you are amazing. Maria shows up at the tailgate last time with a giant bottle of Patron and just says, "Hey, who wants to party?" We all had a good time. I'm bringing cups this time. Sorry about that. That was a huge miss on my part last time. I'm flying in early, rented a minivan. I want to be running around, getting everything together. We're going to be golden. Maria, I'm so excited to see you. Thank you for showing up in the chat. It makes me smile big time. One of the best people out there. Shout out to foster parents out there all over the place, man. She's incredible, salt to the earth person and likes to party. So that's right up my alley. All right. Here we go. Brock Purdy, what time will we be marching to the stadium? I'm sorry for all the questions. This is your show, bro. Keep it coming. I'm not sure the exact time off of the bat, but we got to be there early, especially with the rain and all that stuff. So we're going to make sure we get our party and Phil ready to go. Everybody's going to have everything that they need, and then we're going to walk out there together. I should know this off the top of my head, but I don't. I have to check in. We actually were able to get some VIP tickets from the 49ers, which is really, really nice of them because we're hosting a show for them again. The 49ers asked me and Wayne Breesy to come back and host another show on Tuesday. And so that's going to be Tuesday at 5 p.m. on the 49ers Supporters Club on 49ers.com. And so I think as a thank you, they hooked us up with some tickets, which was really cool for your boy. So helping me out. So I've got to be there at a certain time, but trust me, tailgate's going to be in full swing. We will be at the stadium probably a little over an hour before kickoff, right? So we'll start the party just at 4 hours before, and then we'll walk over about an hour before. So that'll be there. So anyway, that's going to be there. Oh, here we go. Vicky, she's my boss. We usually head to the stadium about an hour before kickoff. Walk takes about 10 to 15 minutes. One of my favorite walks in I go to all these stadiums. I love the blue lot because you get to walk through everything and you just get to feel the pulse of the faithful. It's a beautiful thing. And it just really makes you feel connected and part of this like giant, I don't know, ecosystem that is 49ers greatness. But yeah, we're going to do that together. So we're going to get there. Man, I'm not even getting through my notes. Look at this. It's going to be a long show. I ain't mad. All right. So here we go. Injuries. Nobody's injured for the 49ers. Yeah, Jimmy G and Ambry Thomas out. We knew that. Everybody else is back. Elijah Mitchell, back. Aaron Banks, back. Kevin Givens, back. Dre Greenlaw, the CEO. Debo, Elijah Mitchell, they're back as well. You just got so many guys back in. Not the same for the Seattle Seahawks. They're number 2 running back, but they've got a lot of running backs out. DJ Dallas, he's questionable. Shelby Harris, defensive end, questionable. Cornerback, Xavier Crawford, questionable. You know, their backup wide receiver, D. Eskridge, injured reserve. Phil Haynes, their guard, questionable. Travis Homer, running back, he's on injured reserve. Jordan Brooks, probably their best linebacker, injured reserve. Marquise Goodwin, IR. Will Disley, tight end, IR. Isaiah Dunn, cornerback, IR. Joey Blunt, safety, IR, right? Brian Monet, defensive tackle, IR. Josh Jones, safety, IR. Rashard Penny, running back, IR. I can keep going. They're missing a lot of guys. Most teams are at this point. 49ers, somehow, I don't know how they did it, but they're good. They're good. And so we'll see. Now, the history of this matchup, Seattle's got the upper hand, 30-19. They won 17 out of 22 of the most recent matchups. But now the 49ers have won 2 in a row. And so when Russell left and the Niners kind of took that next step up, I think it's going to be the start of things to come. The last matchup was in Seattle, and everybody wants to say it was a one-possession game because it was. You won 21-13, 8 points. Don't forget, 49ers nailed the ball down at the 1-yard line to end the game, right? Don't forget, pick 6 called back on a questionable call against Nick Bosa, all those things. But it wasn't near as close as that score. There was one point where it was 28-6 on the scoreboard, right? And then they had to overturn it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm not too. I don't want to be. I don't know. It just this team was better. And guess what? Listen to Kyle. They've gotten even better, which is crazy.
I feel real good. I felt real good about our team when we won the division there about a month ago, and I feel better about them now. I think we've gotten better since that point, and we'll be ready to go. We'll see if it's Saturday or Sunday, but excited for this week, excited to find out who we're playing, and real excited for the playoffs.
So, yeah, that was right after the game. They have gotten better. You notice he even threw in that little jab, like, since we won the division a month ago. Yeah, that was against Seattle, right? That was against Seattle. Now, the end of the year is up, and all these numbers are finalized on how Seattle did defensively and offensively. So let's go through the Seattle defense. 24th in red zone. This is out of 32 teams. Seattle's defense, right? Out of 32 teams. 27th rushing touchdowns, 30th in rushing yards allowed. Like, not good. And again, let's mirror these things. Defense, Seattle's defense, 27th in rushing touchdowns. 49ers offense, 5th. That's a 22 difference. There's only 32 teams. 30th in rush yards allowed, we're 8th. 30th in rush attempts allowed, we're 9th. They forced 25 turnovers, which is 9th in the league. That's kind of been their bread and butter. 49ers haven't, they've done pretty good. They had the block kick. That was about it. They're +2 in their turnover category. We're +13. Both few of the teams that are in the positive on that. 13th in pass yards allowed, their defense. 26th in total yards. We're 5th in total yards. You see the discrepancy? Whatever I talk about matchups, they don't have it. It's not in their favor. 15th in yards per pass, we're 3rd. 27th in third downs, we're 6th. 26th in yards per rush, we're 10th. 21st in defensive DVOA. We're 6th in offensive DVOA. So you can see the mirror. There's a huge chasm there, guys. Huge. 23rd in first downs allowed. We're 11th. 24th in opponents' points per drive. We're 6th. You got to figure these things out. Now, they do have some players. Quandre Diggs, hook 'em. Their safety dropped an interception. Probably one of the worst passes of Brock Purdy's young career. Tyreek Woolen has been absolutely incredible as a rookie, among the league leaders in interceptions. And Shannon Nwosu, who we talked about yesterday, number 10. You'll see him flying around all the time. He's a good player. USC guy. They've got some guys. Now, here's the biggest weakness, and this fits right into every single thing that Kyle Shanahan does. He takes advantage of linebackers. And if you watch our Patreon stuff, our last game against Seattle, holy cow, circle number 5'7". Barton, Cody Barton, not our 5'7", not Trey Greenlaw, who's incredible. They're 57. Kyle Shanahan put him in a spin cycle. It was like every other play was right at 57. He'd play action him up, dump it behind him, right? He'd do a draw, he'd fall, run it underneath. Run CMC in an option route right in front of him, Kittle behind him. Like, just took advantage of Cody Barton. It's going to be like that again because his partner in crime, probably the best player on their defense, or one of them, Jordan Brooks, he ain't playing. Well, guess what? He got replaced by Tanner Muse, who's a safety from Clemson that is converting to linebacker. So, here's what I'm going to tell you what's going to happen offensively. They're going to attack 57 Barton in the pass game. They're going to attack Tanner Muse in the run game. It's what's going to happen. So when you see these calls, can, Brock Purdy whenever he's under line, it's because they'll have a play going to the right side. They'll see where the linebackers go, and they're going to say, run play, I want to attack him. Can, let's flip the run to him. Or they're going to say, actual pass play, I want to attack him. Can, we're flipping our coverage this way, or our routes this way. You're going to see it a lot. And they're just going to pick and choose. Again, pass play, it's going to be going right at Barton. Run play, it's going to be going right at Tanner Muse. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly, guys. You are going to see an offensive freaking just clinic. You know what I mean? Just clinic about what's going on. Now, if you haven't yet, best way to support the show, it's easy, man. Patreon. Patreon.com is huge for us. All you got to do is go to patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast. And as soon as you sign up, you get almost everything, depending on the tier you pick. And if you're just interested in 49ers play, guess what? We have every single offensive, defensive, and special teams play from the last 2.5 years. Every single game for the 49ers. Nobody else has this content. Now, not to mention we have extra episodes weekly. We've got scouting report breakdowns. We've got betting. We've got your one-stop shop for 49ers content. And if you want to be heard, guess what? We got Zoom Hangouts twice a month where we listen to you. Patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast, or just Google Patreon and 49ers. We're the first one that shows up. Now, I will say this. We are doing a year-long thing. So, like, we're not just an in-season podcast. I know a lot of people think that. We go year-round. This is my full-time job all year. And this off-season with Patreon, super excited. We are going to be going back through a past season. We're going to be doing the 1994 season where we do watch parties about once a week and we watch a game and go through the past season, kind of learn all about that stuff. So we got you. We're your 49ers fix all year long. What's up, Godfather? I love it. Appreciate the gift. He says, preach, John. Come party with us. If you're in the area, faithful, come on. Let's go. Go Niners. Man, it's going to be a good time. I am really, really excited. I love this. Big Papa, when 49ers dominate a team, I can relax. It's definitely not ugly. Ooh, I like that. It's so, excuse me. Sorry about that. Now, let's talk about the Seattle freaking Seahawks offense. And again, try to compare these out of 32 teams, right? How they are on offense, how the 49ers are on defense. They're 10th in interceptions thrown. 49ers are first, which is crazy. Just remember last year when the 49ers only had 9 total interceptions. This year, they've got 20. They doubled it. Why? Guess what? Each one of your safeties has 5 interceptions now. I've been over here preaching, get playmaker safeties, and they finally did, and it's made a huge difference. Johnny, what's up, man? He says, John, we're going to roll. I felt so much better after watching the tape on Seattle the past few games. It's not close tape, man. And if anybody knows tape, it's this guy, Johnny Dale. Go check out his channel, Johnny Dale's Football Academy. Just great dude, man. And again, teaches me all the time. Love him. He's awesome, man. Appreciate you, Johnny. Can't wait to hang out, man. He's from the Southeast. So this upcoming year, Johnny, I'm putting you on the spot, man. You got to come out to one of these games, probably Jacksonville games closest to you, I'd assume. We're going to get you out there. Josh says Patreon is fire. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, man. All right. Here we go. 4th in touchdown passes. Again, this is out of 32 teams, the Seattle's offense. 4th in touchdown passes, that's where they're best at. 21st in third downs. 28th in red zone percentage. That's not good. 13th in yards. 11th in passing yards. 9th in points. 49ers are first. 18th in rush yards. 49ers are second. 49ers defense, right? Stopping rush yards. Seattle is averaging 129 yards per game against everyone else when the 49ers, 53. Do you see what I'm saying? They can run the ball, not against us. So they have to do one of two things. They've got to change what they're doing and just force the run, even if they're getting 1 or 2 yards. But they haven't done that. Again, Seattle is averaging 129 yards rushing per game against everybody else. Played the 49ers twice, 53 yards. See what I'm saying? Oh, you get me fired up now. Seattle is 14th in offensive DVOA. 49ers are first. I love saying that, man. 10th in points per drive. 49ers are first. 11th in starting field position. 49ers are first. Golly, man. This is the best defense that's ever existed for the 49ers. I'm telling you. Best ever. Now, you find certain metrics where the 49ers this year maybe allowed more points per game than previous ones. I'm telling you right now, whenever you compare the 49ers defense this year versus their competition, the other 31 teams in the NFL this year, this is the best defense the 49ers have ever had. Best. Now, some people don't like Demo, and I get it. I'm telling you, it's the best there is. Coach Cruz, my man, he says, kind of puts into perspective the interceptions thrown in training camp practices that all of the beat writers like to point out. We have ballers in the secondary. This defense was different from the start, man. And I think we finally found the recipe. You go get corners that give up no separation. Our corners are not ball hogs. They're not. They're not. Charvarius Ward isn't. Jimmy Ward isn't. Demo isn't. Manuel Mosley really isn't. No. You make tough passes because with our corners, we want Velcro. We want no separation. Our safeties, they're the ball hogs, 5 each. And that's where it's come from. Yeah, Victoria, this is the matchup, that they were drooling over in Seattle was Mooney versus Metcalf. And Mooney just owned that dude. Not even close. Now, DK Metcalf's incredible, and I expect eventually he's going to have a game against us. Lockett's the one I'm concerned about because he's going to be going against Demo and Jimmy Ward. Lockett goes out of the slot a lot. But Metcalf on Mooney, we followed him last time and it worked. I expect to see the same. Geno's had a great year. He's 9th out of 38 qualifying quarterbacks on Pro Football Focus. Broke a lot of Russell Wilson's records this year. He's had a good year. It's not against us. Niners Nation, he says, John, you think we blitz Hufanga more than usual with the weather being a factor? I do think that he'll be in the box more. I do. I hope he is. And so you have 2 ways of doing that, right? Niners Nation, you stay in your nickel package and you bring in Hufanga in the box, or you stay in your base 4-3 with the Z's, keep Jimmy Ward on the sideline, and then keep Hufanga back. Like, there's 2 ways. So do you personnel it and get aggressive, or do you stay, thick base defense with your bigger bodies and stay back? I think we'll see a little bit of both. Especially if they're going to try to run it. Oh, what's up here? We got what's up, Skyrus? He says tied for first in interceptions with the Steelers. I love it. Hey, I will always say this. Y'all keep me honest on here. But technically I was right. We were first. I did not know we were tied for first. But thank you. Because usually on Pro Football Reference, it just gives your rank 1 through 32. So it doesn't show if it's tied, if that's there. So sorry about that. Now, oh, goodness. Here we go. I got to take a quick drink, but before I do, listen to Brock Purdy talk about the main goal, the Super Bowl, baby.
I mean, that's obviously the main goal. It's been the goal really since these guys played last year, before all the rookies and everyone got here. That's the main focus and goal. Obviously, throughout the year, you want to focus week to week, gain momentum and things like that, but obviously we're at the point in the season where it's, the regular season's over and now the tournament starts, and this is, the real ball that really matters. Every single day is going to be vital in terms of getting better and, being able to understand what our opponent's going to be doing. Like, it matters. So coach definitely stressed that to us after the game today, and, we're already getting ready for what's to come.
And just focusing on what's to come. It doesn't sound like a rookie. And again, remember, both quarterbacks in this game, exact same amount of playoff snaps. 0. Everybody want to talk about the rookie. That's cool. Geno ain't played here either. Big Papa, he says, make sure you thank Miss Chapman for the extra time you gave us today. Dude, that's what's up. I will let her know. Coach Cruz, he comes through. He says, listening to Cassell this morning on Cowherd. Ooh, yikes. I love Cassell. He said he pointed out the change in safety for Seattle and given it away that they will be more likely to play with the 8-man boxes. Yeah, they got to. They do the 5- and 6-man front against us almost every time. And so with Tanner Muse being more of the linebacker who is a safety converted, it makes more sense. But we'll see here. They're going to stack it. There's no doubt about it. But that's fine. Go ahead. You break through one barrier if they're going to stack the line. Boom. We've seen what Christian McCaffrey has done to loaded boxes. We have. We've seen George Kittle getting behind him. We've seen Brandon Ayuk behind him. Bring it. I don't care. Now, I'm excited to announce, this is huge for us. We have a new sponsor, and I'm really excited to be working with them. We do the bets all the time, and man, we made a lot of money this year. And I want to say thank you. A lot of people reached out and said, hey, John, just want to say thank you. I started with this, ended up with this. Appreciate your bets. if you bet with us every single time, you're 4 times up what you started with. So if you started with 100, you're at 400. We have crushed it. Now, my bookie, they kind of left. That's cool. That's their choice. We have a new betting sponsor, Bet US, and it is right in the description of this video. All you have to do is use that link. I have already signed up, got my bonus, made a couple bets, withdraw. It works fine. And best of all, their customer service, holy freaking cow. Call the number on the site if you have any questions. I just wanted to see how it would go just in case people had issues. It was so simple. Literally, you talk to a human being. You didn't even have to wait on hold. It was like 10 seconds. Boom. Human being helped me out. It was incredible. So the link is in the description of this video, or if you listen to audio, it's in the description of this audio. Just click that link. When you go through, you click whatever bonus you want. They have up to 100% bonus on all sports bet. And the big reason why I picked Bet US, they have way more props and all of their bets are up earlier, which is really, really nice. So when this video is over, I'm going to copy and paste a lot of my bets over on Patreon. But I will say this, one of my favorite bets this week, Kenneth Walker, under 59.5 yards rushing. Bet 10 to win 8. I also got a 4-team teaser, 9.5 point teaser. I'm taking 49ers, which would be -1. Bills -4.5 against the Dolphins. Giants plus 12.5 against the Vikings. And then the Bengals -1 against the Ravens. They don't have Lamar Jackson. So that's why I took that one. So if you want the other bets, those are going to be posted on Patreon. So yeah, again, Bet US. Man, it's very, very easy, very simplified format with a lot more props. It's there. Go check it out. And again, let me just say this. If you have bet with us in the past and we have made you money, do us a favor. Go over there. It is a minimum $50 deposit, but if you just put in $50, we're going to be betting through the playoffs all the way through the Super Bowl. Come join us. It helps the show out. Nick, what's up, man? He says, my prediction, we went 31-13 on our boy Wayne Breezy's birthday weekend. It's going to be such a good time, man. Wayne has given so much to this community and all the trips and everything. So to be able to celebrate with him and celebrate him at this, so excited, man. And if you guys know Wayne Breezy, give him a shout out on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever. Tell him happy birthday. Love that dude. He's just the salt of the earth, man. He's just a great dude. What's up, Sin? Glad to see you in the chat. Brock, he says, could they keep huffing the box more this past game? They could. I'm not worried. I'm not really worried about a lot of things. I'll just be real. I want Huff playing free. And what I mean by I don't want him don't cage a wild animal. Let him be wild. Let him be wild. He's learning and he's got to learn. And I'll be honest with you. You can have some issues this game and still win. A perfect game is really difficult whenever you're looking at 62 offensive plays, 62 defensive plays on average, right? That's 124 plays. Am I right there? I think it's 124. Again, math, not my strong suit. Plays go wrong, and they're really good too. They're going to get their plays. But I think the strength of this defense is that you have playmakers. And yeah, sometimes you're going to get caught with your hand in the cookie jar. But man, just turn that boy loose. And, we think Huff's so great because of his aggressiveness. Look at his ball skills. He's top of the charts on those too. So I don't mind Huff being back there. I really, really don't. I trust him. And I think the rain helps Huff more than anybody else. Classic Kenneth. What's up, man? I like the tag. I'm tired of my heart being broken in the playoffs. Well, listen to this. The 49ers have the most playoff wins of any team in the playoffs this year. The most by one. The most. And they are 2 behind. I don't remember the team that is in first place. I think it might be the Steelers or Green Bay, perhaps, but they're not in the playoffs. The 49ers, with 3 wins in the playoffs, will have the most playoff wins of all time. And yeah, that doesn't bring a lot of, sympathy to what we have been through with the Super Bowl losses in the past. But the 49ers are special. And the 49ers have done great things. since Shanahan's arrived, man, we've had a lot of playoff success, but yeah, the losses have hurt. I don't think this year's going to be one of those years. Oh, my man. 49ers George 365. Thank you so much. This dude is the coolest dude there is, man. Yeah, have a round on me, he says. Have a round on me. Thank you so much for the gift, your generosity, all those things. Thank you so much. Sin says, can I cash out my bookie? You can if you want to. Usually what I do is, all the bets at the end of the year, I kind of pull back and then leave like a little bit in there. I usually leave like $150 in there because I'll make like draft bets or whatever else. But yeah, that's your prerogative. So yeah, that's 100% your prerogative. And again, if you have any issues, just call them. They'll help you out. They'll get you where you need to be. All those different things. They'll take care of you. They're good people over there. And you got no qualms with anybody. Now let's get to my predictions. Let's wrap this show up. The 49ers are made for this exact matchup in this exact type of weather, this exact time of year, playoffs. Physical, dominating run, dominating defense. They have the better roster. It's not even close. The defense is what I would say encompasses this matchup more than anything else. And it's 4 people. It's really 4 people. Nick Bosa, who I have no problem if you call him the league MVP. Dre Greenlaw is back, baby. The CEO of Seattle. He has had his best games of his entire career against this team. His entire career. Fred Warner, linebacker 1. Linebacker 1 and Charvarius Ward. Now, there's other great players, and they're going to play their roles. But I'm telling you right now, there is nobody on the Seattle Seahawks defense that measures anywhere close to these 4 guys. Nowhere near. And that's the difference. Because those 4 are game breakers. And I think that's what the difference in this game is going to be. Now, the offense, you just got to be smart and efficient. That's it. And, I put in my notes, the 49ers can be down 2 turnovers and still win this game. I don't think they will be, but they could be. If Brock and CMC are just average, not even good, just average, I think they're going to be all right. And we just heard from Brock. I think he's going to be all right. I really, really do. Oh, what's up, Juan? It says 49ers are a bunch of bullies on the field. It's going to be good, man. There's a reason why the NFL put this as the first game. That's all I'm saying. This is the non-prime slot, okay? This is the non-good slot. There's a reason why they picked this game. Next week might be different. Next week going to be different. Now, I've got the 49ers being up 17-6 at the half. Shanahan comes out and turns them into a bully. Talking Debo, Elijah Mitchell, Kittle. They just snapped the freaking soul out of the Seattle Seahawks early in the third quarter. I got the 49ers winning 31-16. 31-16. This is not, I got them covering the spread. It's a huge spread. But I love this, man. I'm really, really excited about this game. I'm excited to be with the people. I'm excited for playoffs. We've been waiting a while for this. And enjoy this. Thank you guys so much for all the support, all the kind wishes. If you're coming out, 49ers Rush Road Trip, come party with us. Please say what's up if you see me in the stadium or any of those things. And make sure to give Wayne happy birthday wishes. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything. And, man, enjoy this. Until next time, stay strong, faithful.